It's time for the big dance.
Well, as is being discussed right now, format for this race, 150 laps. If there's no caution between laps 60 and 75, a caution will be thrown at the halfway point of this race. Bangart's waiting for us to start his camera right now.
Probably.
If these cars are not pulling out in the order they're going to start.
No.
As our pole sitter has just now entered the track. Should be interesting, as we talked about with yesterday's split mains to determine the starting lineup for this field. We've seen some fast cars, but we've seen them in separate races.
Yes. So this is everybody all at once.
Everyone gets to duel together.
I think Bowman's had it. Or just wants to move to safety.
I wouldn't walk very close to those fireworks.
No.
The field coming out. There goes Bowman.
So letting everybody enter the racetrack before we can give you a starting lineup.
We could go ahead and start. This is unofficially your starting lineup, as there are still some cars that we know are starting up front, pulling out. But just so you know where everybody is, the 48 machine Preston Peltier will be starting on the pole in this race. Mark Neff outside of him. Now remember, qualifying was important on Saturday as the top two qualifiers, they knew where they were starting in this race. Both of them went for it though.
Yeah, they did.
Behind them, the 42S machine pulls up to his spot. And that driver, Daryl J. Stewart, just got done challenging in the Legend car race. Behind them, the 22. There, right there, that's Paul Banghart. And behind him, the number 25 machine. Good looking ride for Brandon Farrington, a driver looking for his first Chilly Willy.
A lot of drivers doing that.
Dustin Ash is the pilot of that 11 machine, and behind him, the 43 of Cody Vanderwall. The 36, Luke Hall. Excuse me. Yes.
You got it right.
See, because everything's out of order, I of course saw Hillock's 36. I went, oh
gotcha.
no, I messed up. Can't mess it up. Behind Luke Hall is the 21 machine. He's got a really nice GoPro mount on the roof of Eric Holmes, the 28H. We'll be seeing him next weekend for sure. Of course, a lot of these drivers they're like, we want to go to Irwindale, but we need to make sure we have a car.
Absolutely.
So Eric Holmes, one of those drivers, will be competing. Now just pulling onto the racetrack, the 22 machine. We know he's going to be fast. We know he's going to be going for it. And we know he's had a pretty good day so far.
Yes.
That is Chris Eggleston. Pulling up also is the 21 machine of Cole Raz. 09, this driver, we often talk about the hardworking crew behind Clint Habart. And Brandon Schilling in the number 20 machine. 93 is Austin Tom. The 9 of Storm and Ron Norman. 34 is Rudy Vanderwall. And the number 7 machine on the racetrack of Bryce Besenson. Both 81 cars, of course, are going to start near each other. That's Daryl Midgley in the straight-up 81. And with a little C on his car, that is the designator for Brandon Carlson. 5 machine on the racetrack. Kind of an older school paint job for Trent Phillips.
Yep.
Outside of him pulls the number 36 machine. That's the 36J of Jeff Hillock. Then we got the 47 who's been struggling this weekend. They pulled the motor on this car after practice for Stephen Blankenship. the 23 of Curtis Lansing, the 20 machine of Andy Soul. And like we said, going to be a lot of work for Vanessa Robinson in that 14 machine. And rounding out the field, the 6 of Dane Jorgensen.
Nice work.
Now,
you ready?
Are you asking me if I'm ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I think. We'll
Are
find
you
out.
folks at home ready? We're getting ready to go 150 laps. The Chilly Willy 150 is green. Some cars had a good start. Some cars had very bad starts on that one. Ash almost into the back of Bangart.
Oh, big old stack up. Battle for the lead.
Battle for the lead. The strategy's already coming up. Tire conservation. How hard do you push your car? How far ahead do you want to get? How far back are you willing to get?
So many lanes to choose.
Darrell Stewart is the one challenging Peltier for the lead. 48 machine almost had the perfect weekend until he had contact with a lapped car yesterday. Sent that car, his 48 machine, around. And with damage, we talked to the team. They were concerned about some bent parts on this car.
Yeah, definitely, but they did a great job in that 48. That Fury chassis is really stout.
The team that had the best day yesterday are the two side-by-side for second, Mark Neff and Darrell Stewart, the 42 and the 42 slash.
Side-by-side racing throughout this entire pack. Look at all these cars on screen.
I mean, that's the whole field minus one.
Yeah.
The only one not in this entire pack is Dane Jorgensen. Now, Dane did indicate to us after his contact and damage from yesterday he'd probably start and park it, but he's still on the track.
Yeah, I knew it. Can't stop a racer.
Look at this 3-wide action at a turn number 4. It's a beautiful sight here at Tucson. I mean, this is art, Tommy.
This is. High-speed art, mind you.
Jorgensen does pull it off out of the groove. He will pull his car to the pit area. Which means now of all the drivers on track, the entire field is still within a second of each other.
Jeffrey, we've seen this before out at the turkey shoot. These drivers are running a slow pace to save the tires till the end.
And I love it because it looks so weird, yet it looks so good.
It looks like, I mean, this is fantastic racing, but they're all having their ace card still buried deep in their pocket.
Yep. Nobody yet has been willing to pull out to a lead. 3 wide down the back straightaway. 3 wide, 3 wide. Eggleston in the middle in the battle for second.
Look at this racing.
Maybe Eggleston's the one to make the move. Oh, a little contact with him and Peltier. Just because they might not be at 100% doesn't mean they're still on that edge. More contact into turn number 2. Turn number 1. I'll figure out my numbers.
One of those two.
Yeah, I was pretty close. More contact.
Trouble. That is Carlson off the track.
The 81C machine with issues early. So Eggleston was not able to complete that pass. And now it's slipped back to the third spot with Neff moving into the second position. A couple updates. Vanessa Robinson is working her way through the field.
Again. Like she has been all weekend.
And Curtis Lansing has lost the draft. We're through the first 10th of this main event here at the Chilly Willy 2020. And now Vanderwall's moved his way up to the third spot. Cody Vanderwall holds a special place in his heart for this track at Tucson Speedway. Not only has he had a lot of success here, but also some what is now the ARCA West victories. Cole Raz now challenging.
New leader. Field's starting to spread out single file. I wonder if that is a lot of the pace starting to build up now.
Some drivers feeling like they can stretch their legs a little bit. Neff and Peltier have gapped from the third place battle of Vanderwall and Raz. "21 laps into this 150 lapper. That's the best battle, the highest battle on track right now, between the 22 of Banghart and Austin Tom's number 93 machine.
Robinson battling with Schilling in the 20 machine.
That is a battle for the 11th position. Schilling gonna have to woe that position to Robinson. So now that the pace begins to pick up in this race, and when we say pace pick up, they're not running their fastest laps.
No.
But you can see the difference of those still willing to take it easy right now versus those that are starting to push it, gap the field a little bit. Mark Neff has opened himself a .84 lead over Peltier, and Peltier's backed up to the third place position as they're still single file amongst your top five. Austin Tom makes a move on the inside of Eggleston. The 93 climbing the ladder towards the leader. .28 laps in. Tom now goes after Razin to turn number 3. That 93 machine working the inside line, not afraid to push his equipment here. Now slips it to the inside of Vanderwall's number 43.
Austin Tom showed a lot of strength here in November, running up front all Turkey Shoot weekend.
We've talked about how big lap traffic has been throughout this weekend. In a couple laps, the leaders will be seeing their first bit of lap traffic. It's Curtis Lansing's number 23 machine. So far in this race, 2 cars are out of it. Trent Phillips listed.
Making a move for second spot.
Couple cars listed as a lap down, actually. So that might just be a timing and scoring deal where they cross the line at the wrong time. Off the pace, Clint Haybart's number 09 machine. He pulls it into the pit. Lap number 32. See Robinson there challenging to the outside of Dustin Ash. In that pack is the 21 of Eric Holmes. Talked to him a little bit today. He wasn't feeling very good about his car.
He was excited to be here until he arrived.
To quote him, he said, "I was more excited on Friday than I am today."
Right. Yeah, but just fighting some grip issues this weekend. Can't find the right setup.
Lansing, the 23, 1 lap down. Lap number 35. Oh, that got a little tight into turn number 1. All topping a bit of the nose on the 21.
Lap traffic.
It is lap traffic, the 23. Austin Thomas moved his way up into the 3rd spot and is all over that rear bumper, the number 48 of Preston Peltier. Peltier has shown that himself as well as those 42 cars have been kind of the class, the ones to watch in this race now. How does strategy work out for them? There's a donut. Get a couple of those throughout this race, I imagine. As Robinson's adding a few more donuts to her side.
Why not?
Now, we talk about the drivers moving up, but let's talk about the drivers who are probably pacing themselves more than anyone else. The 25 machine of Brandon Farrington is over half a track behind your leader. I feel like it's safe to say he's probably saving it right now.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Another driver, Dustin Ash, in the 11 machine. He kind of just slid back to mid-pack. He's won this event before.
Oh, Robertson into the 7 machine side. Almost turns. The 7, now Hall gets to the inside. Great save for Bezenson, but down the back straightaway, it's getting stacked up.
Ron Norman is storming. Oh, yeah.
Not going to help that there's a lap car of Lansing there taking up the high lane. Going to kind of compact this entire group. That's 8th place on back right there. Oh, Stewart may have gone a bit of the nose of the 7. Lap 42 on the board. Appropriate for our leaders. We're thinking about 3 wide right now.
We're playing with the idea at least.
Storm and Ron Norman, that 9 machine, he's in the middle of that pack. Schilling in the 20. Now that 42 in that pack is either really starting to back it down or maybe experiencing an issue. The way that car's coming off the exit of the corner, I do not know.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't look promising.
I'm not sure. I don't see any smoke. I don't see any major issues, but maybe mechanical issues under that 42.
Just seems like that car's given up a little bit too much, and there it is. Darrell Stewart won last night, showed a lot of muscle, figured he would be a contender, and one of our top drivers we were keeping an eye on in this race has pulled it to the pit area. Got to be disappointment for Stewart.
And Neff drove by as he was heading off the track. The leader right now, probably not as happy either.
Oh, contact out of turn 4 between Norman and Bezenson. Those are 2 drivers that really wanted to use the high line. Lap traffic starting to get heavy for Mark Neff in the 42 machine. He just got around Prince Phillips, number 5, closes in on a couple others, including Hillock and Soul. One driver who's got to be feeling probably the best he has all weekend is Steven Blankenship. Again, they had to replace a motor on that car. Stevens made his way up to the 15th spot after starting in the rear. So great recovery for that team. As we look at Peltier, you know Peltier's got to be a little puckered around lap traffic after this weekend.
Right. He just got around Hillock, so he's at least comfortable this lap.
Did you notice how far he drove away from that car? This is your big battle on track, and in there is Stephen Blankenship, who I was just talking about. He's now moved into the 14th position in that 47 machine, now to the inside, almost into Ash. It's a battle for 13th side by side. Besenson had it at the line, but Blankenship might take it away. Then all green flag here in the first 54 laps of this race as we close in on the window where they will throw the halftime break. Oh, and it's contact, Schilling and Besenson. They're still hitting each other. Big lock there out of turn number 4 and a lot of tire rub on the 7 machine.
Big time tire rub. Though the halfway break is closing in, so he's got to survive. He's got to hold on. Now your leader, still fighting through lap traffic, Mark Neff, behind the 34 of Rudy Vanderwall.
We talked about Hillock going down a lap. Vanderwall here trying to keep it on the lead lap. You don't want to lose a lap before the break. If you're still on the lead lap, you're probably in contention. Battle for second down the back straightaway as Austin Tom makes a move on Peltier. Vanderwall does lose that lap. So Besenson, we saw that 7 machine have the contact, would be the next car at risk of losing a lap. He's got 15 laps to keep that car on the lead lap. So we'll see if Besenson can do it.
And you got to think that the team is saying, okay, feel it out until we get to that halfway point. Don't overdrive it. Let's bring a car to the halfway point first.
And back on the track. You'll see where I was confused for a second.
They're the stripe for a reason.
Stewart, number 42, he returns to the track. But that car is 15 laps down.
Top 3. Just riding it out right now.
Yeah, Besenson's probably sweating some bullets right now. Again, you play the game, but you don't want to lose a lap. Now what Neff is doing is he's taking out cars that can't compete. If he can lap several of the cars in front of him, including Farrington, who's not too far ahead, as Besenson is a lap down. Closes in on Daryl Midgley, British Columbia driver, bringing out 2 cars to this one. The team car's out of it already, though, of Carlson. Midgley loses a lap. That leaves 14 cars on the lead lap, and Brandon Farrington is the last car on the lead lap. We have entered the window. If there is a caution to fly at any point in the next 15 laps, we will see the halftime break take place. See this battle here on track. It's Banghart in the 22. Luke Cole. Oh, and there's trouble.
Hillock all crossed up. We stay green.
Can we call that one a safe?
Yeah, big time tire rub for the 36 of Hall.
But Hall just needs to survive the next 6 laps. He knows there's going to be a caution coming out. Blankenship almost gets into Hillock. Hillock's having a fun weekend. A lot of smoke, a lot of fender damage. Can that car make it? Doesn't want to lose a lap, doesn't want to pull off. But now it's a risk. 4 laps until we'll see the yellow fly. Gotta nurse that right front. Neff has put Dustin Ash 1 lap down. The 11 machine gonna lose a lap here. Hillock losing an additional lap, and they are trying to catch Farrington. If the 42 can get to the back end of Farrington and put him a lap down, Farrington's gonna have a much more difficult day.
Wow, there's going to be some interesting, definitely interesting strategy.
And this is also a battle for the lead as Peltier's looking to the inside. He wants to lead it at the halftime break.
Ooh.
Farrington trying to protect. Lap traffic, Soul goes wide, and Neff may be able to put track champion Brandon Farrington. Nope, Farrington's fighting him. Farrington 1 lap down.
Strategy. It's a different game, and sometimes it works, and we'll find out if it
And the
doesn't.
caution flag is flying, and Farrington was 1 lap away from staying on the lead lap. Now watch. They're going to say, yeah, so he got the lucky dog.
Well, we knew what to expect, and we're seeing the different strategies.
Yep.
Farrington, Ash, a lot of drivers, they're just waiting it out, riding it out.
Actually, may I point out, what do we do when we throw the caution?
Revert. That might have just helped Farrington.
Farrington might be on the lead lap. He might have played it to the to the cliff's edge on that one.
Oh, man.
If that's the case, what a call.
Smart.
What a call.
Smart. We'll find out. Now, Ash, previous winner of this event, is a lap down.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, we got the quality field here this weekend.
Well, Tommy, we got ourselves a replay here. Taking a look at the contact. Hillock going wide. Luke all sneaking to the inside. You see, not just contact with the 36. Now, this is where it almost got worse. Almost hitting the 36 in. Banghart was also part of that one. It has been a busy first half of this Chilly Willy 150. 2020. Looks like it's going to be a fun year.
Yes, it is. All right, so the field going to the pit area where they have 10 minutes to make simple adjustments and refuel.
Mm-hmm. Now, if I heard the officials correct, there's also the opportunity here to take 2 tires. Now, I wonder, would there be any reason someone would be like, no?
I guess if you're...
Who wants fresh rubber at this track?
I guess if you just don't have the money for it. I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, some drivers might just
Budget racers.
wait it out. Yeah. I think he's dying down there.
Is he okay?
I don't know.
I think he hurt his back earlier.
I don't know. He don't look good. I think we're killing him.
Well, he
Don't work with low budget TV. We kill people.
great. That's our tagline.
There you go.
Look at that slow wave.
I think.
How?
Wow.
Double. He said it's good. All right. Well, I just ran around and I just verified with somebody who has claimed that they've been friends with Preston for years.
Okay.
And they said it's Peltier. So
Well, that's why I
will
say Peltier ER.
Peltier.
There you go.
Now, just to catch everybody up on it, Lucky Dog is in effect for this race. Farrington was declared the lucky dog when the caution flew. So the race was to be the first car 1 lap down in that one. In that case, now that means that the caution does come out, and Ash is the one in the catbird seat. or whoever it is, would be the receiver of the lucky dog. Updates further. Carlson in the 81C has returned to the racetrack. Stewart, as we know, had made it back on the track as well. Luke Hall, that right front is looking a lot better on his machine. Looks like they did some repair work to Hillock's 36.
Let's take a look here. So we're going to take a look at Hall. Much better.
It's going to be funny because I know this is going to be a debate to the end.
That's okay.
Now, the thing is, we're probably going to see Preston a couple times this year, so.
Well, we'll definitely see him next week.
Yep.
Irwindale Speedway. We want to see all of you there with us. Spears Racing TV. Powered by Low Budget TV, bringing you the All-Star Showdown from Irwindale Speedway. That track very, very similar to this one. Just a touch longer of a racetrack, this being a 3/8 mile. Next week, it's a half mile at Irwindale Speedway. There's a story that people designing Irwindale Speedway, and it's a rumored story. Don't take this one to the bank. There's a rumored story that Ron Hornaday Jr. was once asked by the people building Irwindale Speedway, if you were to build the perfect short track, how would you do it? And Hornaday apparently said, take Tucson Speedway and add more straightaway. And that's how Irwindale Speedway is. And again, 6, 9, and 12 degree banking, much like this track over at Irwindale Speedway. So maybe that story is true.
So, got another tweet. I'll just read this one off. Eileen says, great to see Ron Norman rocking my old race car. Ruschenberg. Eileen Ruschenberg. Great to see Ron Norman rocking my old race car from 18 to 10 in the first 75. Keep that forward in the low middle line all the way to the front. And that was posted by Scott Ruschenberg.
All right.
Wasn't until the end where I went, oh.
Stormin' Ron Norman. The pride here of Tucson, longtime racer.
And the beauty of it is the weather's been fantastic this weekend. We were treated to some beautiful Tucson weather.
Definitely better than the last time we were here in November. We got rained out on the first day.
Yeah. That was less than ideal. But we did get to play in the puddles. We can't complain too much.
So you got Neff out into the lead. Preston Peltier, AEIOU, is in second spot. Austin Tom in third. Vanderwall fourth. And Raz. Double up.
Well, we are there. The final half of the Chilly Willy 150, the final 75 laps. This is where all of your strategy, all of your holding back, all of your conservation comes into play. And are you playing the right game?
Uh-oh.
And is Rudy Vanderwall?
He came to a stop.
That was a quick stop.
Yeah, it was. And he goes. Stop and go. That was a very quick stop. But we know his brakes work now.
Yes. So does Midgley. Or make that Carlson.
That's easy to do. Midgley out. Or no, I'm sorry. He's not out. What was I thinking? He was out early in November. But thankfully that hasn't repeated itself.
Absolutely. So here we go, folks. It's time to ramp up. The intensity is going to get pretty intense. Green flag.
No more holding, at least not for too long. You got to go for it. This is a stretch to the end.
Yeah, now people are not going to play nice.
Peltier to the inside of Neff.
That 48 car working the inside line right up against it. Earlier, we've seen cars go on the apron. Oh, trouble. Dustin Ash gets hit by Besenson and does save it. It was a big shot to the left rear. Now remember, drivers are racing for the lucky dog as well.
Lead change. Peltier to the lead around Neff.
Dustin Nash has made it back to the rear bumper of the 7. I'll keep an eye if that's a story we'll have to follow. Just in front of them, Farrington in that 25 machine. You can already feel the pace difference.
You can.
Oh yeah, Dustin Ash. I think he wants that 7 to know. I did not appreciate that. And this is how drivers communicate with their front bumper.
Yeah, through contact.
Looks to the outside. This is a race for the 14th spot. Farrington right in the middle. Now he doesn't want to get caught up in any of this. 25 machine is on the lead lap. Now I have it listed on our monitor that Eggleston is 1 lap down. That's something we'll have to verify. It is single file until you get to this group, so we're going to continue watching what comes of this. Besenson leaning on Farrington through turn 1. Ash all the way to the inside. Remember, we're not being nice anymore. And Ash will take over the position. Oh, in the wall goes Mark Neff. The 42 machine. I don't know if he just went too high on entry. But the 42 car caught the wall going down the back straightaway on entry of turn number 3. I looked up and just saw debris flying.
Got up in the marbles, that's for sure.
Hard to tell if he caught the wall or if he did manage to keep it out of there, but that right front looks like he might have gotten it up just enough.
Hopefully it didn't hurt the 42 too much.
Now that moves Cole Raz up to the 2nd position. Preston's number 48 machine has been looking good all weekend, but the car did get damaged yesterday during the split mains. When he got that damage, it sounded like the crew was suggesting that the part of the suspension was still bent up, and they were nervous going into this race. But what Tommy and I saw, though, is they had nothing to be worried about.
He made a fight to the finish on the 2nd dual race yesterday. So he's still got, even with damage, he's got a stout piece. Battle here for 2nd. Neff trying to climb back.
Really kind of an odd situation for Neff. Single file amongst your top 8 cars. The 22 and 47. 47 is Blankenship, 22 is Eggleston. Do you recall Eggleston losing a lap in that last run?
There was a lot to watch, but it very well could have been. A lot of good cars did go a lap down.
Oh, and a big hit. It looks like Souls ended up. That is the separator off that's the pit entrance and pit exit. And that's Andy Soul climbing out of his number 20 machine. It looked like Hillock was involved in this wreck.
I see a lot of steam. I'm wondering if something...
Doesn't look like he hit the wall.
No, I wonder if he tried to make the track exit
again,
slipped up in fluid.
It did look like there may have been another car that spun. Hillock looked like he had spun in this. If there was fluid, that could be why.
You can see a lot of steam, so I'm wondering if that was a motor that let go, and he was trying to make it off track and got loose in his own fluid. Couldn't turn.
We did not catch it. Now, want to mention, here at Low Budget TV, during our live broadcast, we do have our multi-cam coverage going, but we also have every corner of this track covered in the event that we do miss something that ends up being pretty wild.
Right.
And so we do have additional cameras that will assist us in the event that we need it. Of course, you can catch those on our highlights. Low Budget TV on Facebook. Go ahead and hit that like button. And it looks like the 42 of Stewart, 42S, has pulled his car back off the racetrack. That car is 15 laps down.
This does not look like a wild incident. However, I do see...
It looked worse when I first looked up.
Right. I do see, though, we've got the Speedy Dry being laid down. So that is
Eggleston
most likely.
Pulled his car off the track, the 22.
A lot of good cars did go a lap down.
Looks like
Midgley just pulled off track as well.
Yeah. Now, it is possible that what these drivers are doing is, hey, the adjustment we made didn't work.
Let's fix it.
This looks like a long caution, so now's your chance to take advantage of it.
Jeff Gordon also wearing his fire suit just to remind the folks.
I'm waiting to see if timing and scoring is going to update us on who the lucky dog was. According to what I have, the 11 machine was the car that was the last one on the lead lap. Or excuse me, first car one lap down. And
maybe they put him a lap down because you can't win 2 races in one day.
Can't do it.
You got to handicap him.
Ash had a rough run in the trucks. Was looking good.
Here we go.
All right, 92. Lap 92. Restart, we're stacking them up. Stephen Blankenship had the right idea.
He did. Go left and hit the gas.
And we're good. Lots of Speedy Dry getting kicked up. It is just outside of that groove. Good job with the cleaning crew to get that all taken care of.
Vanderwall making a look to the inside of Tom.
Dustin Ash was our lucky dog. He is on the lead lap. So now we can see what he gets to do in this one. First car one lap down at the moment is the 7, Bryce Besenson.
And these two are duking it out around the 47 of Blankenship.
I enjoy talking to the Besenson crew because we're like, we just want to make sure we're saying this name right. And they're like, well, we've known him for years and we still can't figure it out.
Yeah. Battle up front. Take a look at this. 3-wide battle for second.
Scoring was corrected. Eggleston is on the lead lap as we suspected. As you see, 3-wide out of turn number 4. Austin Tom on the inside. Raz on the outside. We got a race on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. as we close in on 50 laps to go. Peltier's looking in his mirror and going, there's a lot of cars. I mean, how do you block that?
Great racing here from Tucson.
14 cars on the lead lap. All 14 think they can end up in victory lane. This is incredible. Look at this racing down the back straightaway.
Yeah. Getting after this battle for second spot. Like you said, they're going to swallow up Peltier.
Yeah, they really are. They're coming for him. Raz backs out of that battle. Tom now challenges for the lead. He slips back and Neff makes a move to the outside, challenges for second. Battle for the lead with 50 laps to go. Look at the damage on Austin Tom's right side. That car's caught the wall at some point. And off the pace seems to be Carlson's 81C. But look at the right side of this 93.
Oh, yeah.
He don't care.
Got
Going for the win.
Got into the wall or got into somebody. Moving forward though. Still battling for second.
A lot of drivers making their moves here. This is the battle for the win. The battle for the Chilly Willy trophy. And the battle for the paycheck that comes at the end.
Nice $10,000 to win.
Peltier has held them off. Neff on the outside of the battle for second. That car almost got in the wall himself. A little bit earlier on. They are not letting that 48 machine get comfortable.
And Raz is closing in on this mix.
How about two drivers up into the top six? Cody Vanderwall and Storm and Ron Norman. They're side by side for the fifth spot. See them on entry there. And here comes Neff. Oh yeah, Neff with a great run out of turn number 4. And he's gonna put his car side by side with Peltier. Returning to the track is Stewart, and he's gonna be right in front of this mix. 42S machine. He gets it up to speed though. Door to door, race in action at Tucson Speedway. We've seen it all weekend long. No surprise to see it here now. Your leaders get right up to each other. They're playing a game of chicken into turn number 3.
Duking it out.
Stewart mostly gets out of the way there of your leaders.
Peltier down on the apron.
Now it's a drag race, 40 laps to go. I don't know if you're done conserving, but these two aren't showing me that they are. Out of the way goes Carlson. And it looks like the Stewart machine, the 42S, is parking it in the infield, done for the day. I'm getting so used to this battle for the lead, I'm forgetting they're side by side.
Yeah.
Fantastic racing.
And you can see both lines are good ones for these cars.
Now which line may be using up the more tires is my question.
Right.
That lower line we know is working with less banking. Might be working those tires a little bit harder than Peltier wants to be working them.
And a reminder.
I mean, the apron, Tommy,
Yeah.
the apron.
Reminder, Neff, he almost was out of this race after taking a piece of the wall with him and fighting back for the lead.
Lap traffic starting to build up in front of your leaders. 23 machine's going to be the first one they're going to catch up to. Lansing, and that is going to cause Neff to lose that eyesight. No, he's going to fight back on the outside line. 35 laps to go. Peltier took advantage of that. He wanted that outside line back. Next car they're going to come up to. Do you think Peltier's getting flashbacks?
A little bit.
He'll lock.
Oh boy.
Once these top two actually got single file, Austin Tom closed back in.
I'm getting flashbacks. This is helping Tom and his number 93 machine.
Neff is working that inside line now, trying to see if he can take advantage of Peltier on the outside. You would think the outside line's the one to conserve the tires. How much left do they want to conserve? Don't look now, but we're about to have the entire top five up with them, including Storm and Ron Norman.
Ron Norman's been storming this race, just kind of waiting it out.
Less than 30 laps to go, and look at where we're at. Tom is there, Raz is there, Norman is there. 28 laps to go, and Tom makes his move to the inside. Neff probably knows if he's going to try to get around Peltier, it might need to be on the outside. But I don't know if Peltier's going to open up that 48.
And you got to play defensive, obviously, for the rest of this race.
Now, we are short track racing. It's not out of the question that we might see a bumper come into play at
Lap
some point.
traffic.
And Neff's going to maybe try to use a pin here. Where's Vanderwall going to go? Takes the high line. And there is a battle for third just behind this as Tom and Raz nearly get into each other. 25 laps to go.
I just see the sand running down the timer. And these drivers, they got to be 100% now.
The pressure's building up front. Tom is there, and Raz Norman's lost a little bit of time, but more lap traffic is going to be more opportunity to maybe get that driver you're trying to pass out of their line. These drivers have what they have at this point. Peltier trying to maybe gap a little bit from Neff.
Lots more lap traffic up ahead. 3 wide battle for second.
Look at this out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway they go. 3 wide for second spot. Now has Neff used up his car? We knew that car was smoking on the 50 lap main that we saw. But maybe this late into the run, the car's starting to go away. Lots of lap traffic. Peltier really has nowhere to go. He nearly gets back into the back end of Robinson.
And there's contact there between Tom and Raz.
I don't think Neff is done. Now 42 works his way through the lap traffic. Almost had a moment on the back straightaway between Eric Holmes and Luke Hall. Hall came up on Holmes, nearly took off the nose of the 21. They both got away from it. The best action on track's the stuff we're watching right here. As Cole Raz enters his name into this mix for the battle for second. 18 laps to go. The checkered flag is getting closer and closer. That's Chris Eggleston about to go a lap down to Preston Peltier. And 48 works his way around the outside line.
Raz has been just steadily moving his way forward.
Now we got some fast cars. Farrington about to get lapped by the 48.
And this is a big surprise to me.
Yeah, not the weekend, not the night that Farrington was looking for. And they're tight for that second spot. That time by second and third ran faster lap times than Preston did. Mark Neff, faster lap time again. Oh, in trouble in the front straightaway. I don't know if that's going to bring out a yellow. But I think Hilloff was involved. They continue on. I don't see debris. With 13 laps to go, a caution will change the complexity of this race. Right now, it's looking like Peltier is sitting good. Neff faster again, but only slightly. It won't get him to the back end of the 48, but look at the lap traffic that Peltier's about to deal with.
Where do these leaders go?
Crucial moment here for Preston. Gets by the 36 to Hilloff as they continue to battle side by side for second. But they are nearly 3 wide in front of your leader. Preston has to be careful. Raz and Neff get into each other. They trade some paint. They see the lap traffic. They're going to try to use a pick. Is that going to work? Look at them squeeze each other. Slam out of turn number 4. And Peltier has not been able to clear the lap traffic of Ash or Blankenship.
These are nail-biting moments for your leaders. Ooh, throw it in hard as Raz.
Peltier gets by Dustin Ash, the last car to receive the lucky dog. 8 laps to go. The driver that came out here in 2018 said, I want that trophy, I want that check, came up just short, losing it at the line. Said 2020 is my year. I want to bring it all home. And we might have something happen here for second.
We might.
Raz and Neff have just about run out of patience with each other. The final 5 laps of the Chilly Willy 150. Battle for the second spot, we're watching it. Battle for 4th is starting to brew up between Tom and Norman as well. They get into each other. They save it into turn number 1. The car sidestepped into 1 as both of the rear wheels hit each other. 3 laps to go. Peltier with a 1.3 second lead. The battle for second is hot. The battle for 4th is just as good. Two laps to go for Preston Peltier. He sees the white flag, 3/8 of a mile to go. The final lap of the Chilly Willy 2020, 150 laps. The driver who showed his muscle all weekend is gonna see the checkered flag. Preston Peltier takes the win. Neff holds off Raz for the second spot. Tom holds off Norman for 4th. Vanderwall, Bangor, Hall, Holmes, and Blankenship. Your top 10.
They said it was going to be exciting. They said it was going to be good. And they were right. Chilly Willy has been won by Peltier. He's done it. Preston has done it here in Tucson.
He's got that monkey off his back.
He's won a lot of big races, and he can add this one now to his resume, his accolades, and his trophy room.
What a show they put on here at Tucson Speedway.
You can't say you're too surprised that Preston wins it, being how fast that 48 was all weekend. But you can say that there was him and him only that was coming back for redemption.
He snooked him. Maybe on the entry list. But he definitely, like you said, didn't surprise anybody here today.
Surprise. Great job by all the drivers bringing these cars home for the most part in one piece. And we'll send it down trackside for the victory lane interview.
Preston Peltier, the first place winner. There you go. He's still getting out of the car. He's going to soak this up here. So go ahead, Bubba.
All right. I think I got the mic on. All right, the mic's on here. Tucson. What do you guys think about your winner here, Peltier? He's getting all ready. Make a lot of noise when he gets out, folks. Tucson, make some noise! Oh, wow, what a run. Holy mackerel, man. What you got to say? Oh, yeah, get this over here. Look at this. Look at that. That's good. All right, man. What's going through your mind those last laps, and how'd you do at this race?
I'll tell you what's going through my mind is my name's not on this check yet.
Oh, we got to get his name on here yet. He's got it right here. Look at this. Dave's got it.
Yeah, we got you covered.
We got you covered.
No, I hope we put on a good show for all you fans. We had an awesome car here all weekend and kind of got it bumped up. Got it roughed up in a heat race yesterday, bent some suspension parts. Kind of put it back together, and she's still pretty good. So this is my kind of race here. You know, you got to save some tire and strategize a little bit, and this is like my specialty. And I felt like this place owed me one because I had a way better car than Chris the year that I finished second. So it's about time we win.
Absolutely, it was the long fight of the short one with only having the one caution. I mean, you were just sitting there going, "It's in my favor."
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, you know, even if we had fallen back a little bit, I think I still could have got up there and mixed it up and still maybe pulled it off.
Absolutely. Who would you like to thank for helping you get out here?
Man, I got to thank Fire Alarm Services, Generator Source, Ed and Eddie Vettorelli for putting me in this car. You know, this is kind of how I make my living here, and I'm very thankful for that. You know, I don't take it for granted.
Awesome. Tucson, let's make some noise!
And, of course, we're going to be over there to talk to our second place finisher who had 2 wins this weekend in his Friday night show, and also he won the dual number 2 last night. Bubba, if you want to head over to number 42.
There we go. Technical difficulty, but Mark Neff picking up that second. That was a hard charge the whole time. What was going through your mind there as you were just watching the laps go?
Man, I've never worked so hard for a second place finish. It was a lot of fun. You know, it was a tough battle. And I mean, Preston pulled away there. We were all 3 wide forever, I think. But, man, it was awesome. I can't give enough thanks to the guys. We had a really good car. Just wasn't quite good enough. Just couldn't last the 150 laps. But thank all the fans. Thank everybody that came out. Thank our sponsors. Thank all the crew, families, everybody. We put a lot of time and work to get out here to come from Colorado. So a lot of people to thank. But, man, fun race.
Absolutely. Tucson, make some noise for Mark Neff. All right. Head on over here. All right, Cole. What a run. What was going as those laps were ticking? What was just going on in your mind there?
You know, we started reeling them back in after we backed it off there. We were riding about 4th, but You know, I thought we had something for that top 2, but I was just happy to be here up here battling. Started 10th, a little bit deeper than what I thought we were going to be, but, you know, this team works hard. We had a rough few days, a lot of bad luck, but glad we were able to finish it out here with a podium finish. And, you know, to run against guys like him, you know, it means a lot. So I love when he comes out here. He's, you know, one of the best in the country, so it means a lot.
Definitely, definitely. Who'd you like to thank for getting you out here?
Definitely got to thank Brad and Joanne Corneliusm. They're back home right now. Joanne, thinking of you. Dustin Ash Motorsports, well as John from the Master Wrench. My family back home. Brother Grayson, hope you're feeling better. And, you know, we'll take it to Irwindale and see what we got.
Awesome. Tucson, make some noise. Cobras!
Well,
That'll do it.
You heard them. They're on their way to Irwindale, and so are we for next week's All-Star Showdown. I'm running on fumes. But the All-Star Showdown at Irwindale Speedway next weekend. Saturday, it's a one-day show, and it is going to be big, Tommy. What time does that coverage start?
That's going to start at 5 o'clock.
Oh, boy. Now, here's the fun part that people might not realize.
Yes.
We're also the main announcers at Irwindale.
Yeah, so
which
not
means we
only
get to mess with everybody in the stands as well as you folks.
Of course. The only way we'd like it.
Oh, boy. So, yeah, no, folks, this was a fantastic Tommy the Chilly Willy. We finally made it here.
Yeah.
It did not disappoint.
Nope, not at all. It's exactly what they all said it to be. Great 3 days of racing here. Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday racing.
Yep.
I love it. Hopefully we get the opportunity to come back again soon to Tucson, because this place definitely does not disappoint. The Legend Cars, fantastic showing of racers. The Thunder Tregs did a fantastic job showing what their local division can do.
Hey, I think someone stole the trophy.
What? And, of course, the super late models did not disappoint entire
That
weekend.
thing's almost bigger than him.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know, man. He thought about it and then realized, it's too heavy for me.